So don't forget, we've got that jackpot carryover today. It's the World Sports Betting Grand Heritage Day. Second race bipot time. And here, number 3, Pretty Precious is the favourite, priced up at 28 to 10. Number 13, Green Extreme, second choice at 4 to 1. 9, Flight of a Condor, 11 to 2. And it's 8 to 1 about number 12, Give Me a Storm. Obviously, you can watch track news, all that sort of stuff to get updates from the latest comments and trainers for this vaal race meeting. We'll leave that entirely up to you. But Daryl Marie, who's in great form, he tipped us, what was it, a 20 to 1 shot yesterday, Daryl?
Clyde, I don't know about great form. I just can't get a exotic to click. But let's hope vaal on Saturday is the day that things turn around for us. Opening leg of the bipots, I have gone a bit wide. Obviously, the favourite is in with a strong winning chance. I thought last time out with the earmuff, she settled better. She ran on to the line, but that was a work rider event. And you can see in the very same race was number 12, Give Me a Storm. She wasn't too far behind her, 5 odd lengths, and it was her debut effort. She now has Gavin Lorena aboard, drawn towards the outside. I wouldn't be shocked to see her reverse that form, to be quite frank, Clyde. So she's also gone in. Number 13, her half-brother was Viva Rio. He ran second in the Cape Guineas, and if I'm not mistaken, he got exported to Hong Kong. Let's see if there's any follow in the markets for number 13, Green Extreme. I've also included number 10, Flight Light. We remember her return flight. She was top class, Clyde. I think she won multiple Grade 1 races, the Taquini, the SA Fillies Classic, the Oaks. She's drawn, in my mind, what could be the right side of the track. And even number 9's gone in. I'm not a fan of that form line, but she was she ran a promising debut and she's got a lot of scope for improvement. So, yes, I do believe we'll get through the opening leg.
Okay, yeah, I see you've got quite a few horses, and quite rightly so. Of course, I remember Return Flight. Well, we'll see what that all turns out to be. There, the bipod numbers, we've got a couple of bankers in there for you, and we'll leave it to you now to catch. All right, let's move on to the third race now. Time to have a look at what the situation is going to be with regards to our place accumulators, and Garlands of Greenery tops the boards here. And that's priced up at 13 to 20. For Bosom Buddy is 18 to 10. And they bet 6 to 1 about the 2 on the card, with 12 to 1 and better the balance of the field. All right, let's talk about Garlands of Greenery, Daryl. Very good comeback effort, one thought. On that last start, she ran within 2 lengths of Chasing Happiness or thereabouts after a long break. And she does appear to be the right one. For those who don't know, we're up straight at the vaal. Just a reminder, up to 1,600 metres, false rails do not play a role on Saturday afternoon. Daryl?
Clyde, you need to go onto YouTube and watch this filly's last start, her comeback effort. It was unbelievable. Going through the 600, she had a wall of fillies ahead of her. She only got a gap very late, and she took off. It was an outstanding effort in the Carry On Alice stakes. That was a Grade 3. And you know who finished behind her? A filly called White Pearl, who has subsequently come out and won the Grade 2 Ipitombi Challenge. So the form line has been franked. Have a look at the best weighted column. She comes up trump, 7 pounds or 3.5 kilograms ahead of Sorceress Supreme. And third best is Bosom Buddy. Now, Clyde, Garlands of Greenery obviously did pick up a penalty for a comeback effort, but I think that run would have brought her on in leaps and bounds. So, yes, a confident PA banker. I'll be shocked if she doesn't run in the first 3. Now, Bosom Buddy's an interesting filly. Lovely run last time out, second to Mia Moo. But on a line through Mia Moo and on the official rating, she's held because Garlands of Greenery beat Mia Moo last time out. Yes, there are weights that you have to take into consideration, but she is held on a line through Mia Moo. So yes, banker number 3, Garlands of Greenery in the opening leg of the place accumulator.
Okay, we got that. Thanks, Daryl. Looks hard to beat then. So banker 3, banker 4, and then those horses that are on screen at the moment to get our place accumulators on. Okay, it's pick six time, everybody. Let's get on to race number 4. We're going over the ground now, 2,400 meters. And here, number 3, the Merciful, is priced up as short as 11 to 10 to win the race. 5, Santiago's Pride, 2 to 1. Remember, we're doing this Friday morning. 4, Misra is 7 to 2, third choice. 2, Moment is at 6 to 1. And it's 20 to 1 and better the others. Start of the pick six. Daryl, over to you.
Correct, Clyde. We're doing this on Friday morning, and at 5 to 5 Friday afternoon, Santiago's Pride is due to run at Greyville. So I don't believe he's going to line up tomorrow at the vaal. Listen, stranger things have happened, but yes, for that reason, I've excluded him. Now, I'm going against the grain of you, Clyde. I'm playing against the current favorite, the Merciful. I've banked at number 4, Misra. Now, you can see they've met a few times in the past, Clyde. Let's touch on the penultimate start behind Panning Gold. You'll see Misra's well held by the Merciful. But please take note, coming into the straight in that race, the apprentice got caught behind horses that were falling back. And he should have finished much, much closer on that occasion. Then last time out, yes, the Merciful holds Misra once again by 3 odd lengths. But Clyde, you need to watch the replay of that run. Once again, Misra was desperately unlucky. I say if he came out at the top of the straight, he goes close to winning on that occasion, and he lands the gamble for us because he opened as big as 33 to 1 on that occasion, backed into 10 to 1. I am confident that Misra will reverse the form this time round. I've been confident in the past and I've been proven wrong. But from what I've seen in his last 2 starts, he's way better than what it appears on paper. So I'm taking my chances. I'm having a bet. Currently, he's 7 to 2. There will be deductions if Santiago's Pride gets scratched. And he is my banker in the opening leg of the pick six, number 4, Misra.
Okay, well, you've been following him closely. You've obviously seen something his last 2 starts, and we'll take that trust into account, and where we banker number 4, Misra. So you heard from Daryl in terms of a mowing horse, Santiago's Pride, likely not to be running because it's taking its place or supposedly running Friday night. So keep your eyes open. But that's our play, everyone. On to race 5. It's a Pinnacle Stakes over 2,000 meters. Red Maple's the best in terms of the weighted column. That's the best. She's the best one in here in this particular event. The market has got them as follows. Priced up favorite is number 3, Thunny Player at 15 to 10. 5, Red Maple, 16 to 10. So those two dominating the market. Son of Raj, number 1, is 7 to 2. And it is 10 to 1 and better about the others. If you do not know, well, number 2, Good Counsel, has been taken out of the race. And the market crushed up a little bit with Thunny Player and Red Maple both dominating the event, Daryl.
A little bit surprising to see Thunny Player at the top of the board because they did meet last time out, and that was in the Betway Summer Cup Consolation. Now, Thunny Player beat Red Maple by a neck, and Red Maple is as much as 3 kilograms better off for that neck beating. So on paper, you have to believe that Red Maple is going to reverse that form. It is a smallish field. The pace could be towards number 7, Royal Edition, but I don't know how hot it's going to be, Clyde. You touched on the best weighted column. Now, the Red Maple does come up trumps. She's a few pounds best in of year. I don't know if you recall, Sean Terry was interviewed that day, the Betway Summer Cup day, and he said Red Maple's rating might be a bit higher currently. I think this is a great race that he's found for her. She comes into this race well weighted, and she holds or should be able to reverse the form with her biggest danger. Thunny plays in great form. You cannot ignore his chances. Races aren't run on paper, they run on grass, and he just keeps on improving. Cracking effort last time out. Now, the class act in the race is Son of Raj, but he's been off the track for 5 odd months, and he's having to give weight away as much as 8 kilograms to both Thunny Player and Red Maple. I believe that's going to be a difficult task. So for me, only 2 horses to get through this leg, numbers 3 and 5.
Okay, interesting. Son of Raj hasn't been around since July, so Daryl's decided 2 horses here, and they're both 3 and 5. Remember, this is the jackpot carryover, and we've been talking about a 2 million rand pool. Well, that's what they're estimating it to be. There's your cost. Let's get on. Let's go on to race number 6. Tony Peter's got quite a strong hand here. He's got 2 swing up on a star, 22 to 10 favourites. And he's got South Africa's leading jockey, Gavin Larena, riding number 3, One Fell Swoop, who's priced up at 8 to 1. 5, King of Venus, is 28 to 10 second favourite. And number 4, Passage of Power, is priced up at 7 to 2. Your take on One Fell Swoop, Daryl? You give it some sort of chance? I see 8 to 1 might be a decent price.
Clyde, I don't believe she's come on enough since her return effort to pose a factor over here. I mean, it's 3 weeks later. She ran closer to last. Yes, she did have excuses, but I'm of the opinion that she'll need one more. Now, the stable companion interests me, Swing Upon a Star. I don't know if you saw as soon as they crossed the line for the last race at the Vaal, the heavens opened, and the son of Elusive Fort loves this thing out of the ground. Last time out, he just found 1 too good, and many are touting Raven Black as the likely computer form sprint danger to Dice. I mean, James Crawford has made it clear he's the best horse he's ever trained. He's drawn towards the outside, got pace, got that 1.5 kilograms off his back. I think he'll be a factor. Number 4, Passage of Power. We fancied his chances last time because of the fitment or the refitment of the tongue tie. Now, he was up the middle of the track and the pace was towards the outside, but he just kept on finding, Clyde. He ran all the way to the line, and at the end, he was actually extending. Rachel knows him well, 52.5. This is a huge runner. Passage of Power. King of Venus, he was off the track for quite some time. He's repaying his connections in a handsome way because since returning, he's in cracking form. Somewhat unlucky in his later start. The winner ran across him, carried him inwards. Not enough to have the result reversed, but one from one over the course and distance in hot form must be included. And then I've just included a roughie. Now, I liked his chances last time out. I thought, my reasoning was he's at his best at the Vaal, and that's number 8, Tchaikovsky. But that day they fitted him with blinkers and they get removed straight away. So I don't believe he acted with them, Clyde. So he loves this thing out of the ground. If there is going to be upsets in this race, I do believe number 8, Tchaikovsky, could be the one. So yes, I've gone all of numbers 2, 4, 5, and 8, leaning towards Passage of Power.
Okay, Passage of Power is Daryl's first choice for Fabian Habib, and Rachel Venico takes the 1.5, brings him down to the 52.5 on his back. They're the numbers for your second jackpot. Have a look at those. Quite a few in there, but it's worth the spend because it is competitive racing at the Vaal the second half of the day. The World Sports Betting Grand Heritage is here. Race number 7 on the card. Note that they have scratched, there are 3 of them that have been taken out of this race that are not running now. So scratch number 16, Jordan, 18, Zuzan, and the 24, I beg your pardon, Tamil Tigress is out. Betting, well, the guys have got top of the board, 7 to 2 the field, number 12, Captain of the Green. This is Richard Ferree's ride for Fabian Habib. 13, Pomodora's Jet, 13 to 2. 3, Guy Gibson, 10 to 1. 19, the Africa House, 10 to 1. Number 8, Master Christmas, 12 to 1. The 14, Radicchio, 12 to 1. And the 22 horse, Total Surrender, is at 12 to 1. You can get 16 to 1 and better about the balance. Stampede, Daryl, Stampede.
Clyde, your guess is as good as mine. You want to go into this year's WSB Grand Heritage with as many horses as possible. Now, Captain of the Green, I mean, Fabian's worked wonders with number 12, Captain of the Green. Unbeaten on the high felt. And he just keeps on improving. Richard Free, he's got early toe, he's going to be up on the pace, and he can fend them off once again. Clyde, we saw a horse run out at the Vaal yesterday from that form line, and it won, and that was Prince of Green. So the form line has been franked. Now, there's several others in here with a chance. Pomodoro's Jet, Radicchio, and the Africa House crossed the line together last time out. Yes, there are weight reversals, but there's so many horses in this race that you just need a bit of luck in running, and whoever gets the best running transit could easily reverse or confirm that form. Then you got the Silver Tudor, Slinky Mapimpi, and Richard I form line. Now, Richard I looks like he's been aimed for this race. Gavin Lorena aboard. Stable's absolutely flying at the moment. Just follow whatever they saddle. So he is one for the shortlist. I believe I've found some value over here. I'm going to be leaning towards Silent War as the option to make some money in this race. You have to ignore his last start. Okay, they did fit him with the blinkers, but he was traveling extremely well. Going through the 400, he ran into a pocket and he had to be eased at a crucial stage. His penultimate start, they tried to give him a chance from the widest draw. If you watch that race, he was doing his best work in the latter stages. Take note, he was giving a well above average start, greeting my master 2 kilograms on that occasion. Go back to this very same race last year. He was drawn towards the inside. They opted to move him to the outside, and that cost him a few lengths. I thought he was desperately unlucky on that occasion. This horse will run a cracker, number 5, Silent War. No jockey declared, but with Jared Penny's mount being scratched, Zuzan, and he been doing a lot of work for Tony Peter recently, I do believe he'll get the ride. Clyde is currently priced up at 33-1. I think we'll get a run for our money.
Well, that's well found. Okay, well, let's hope that puts us together, or puts it all together for us in terms of Silent War. 35-1 at the moment, and you can probably get about 6-1 a place. I'll be taking the first 4 places. So Silent War is the value in the World Sports Betting Brand Heritage. All right, time for more action here at the Vaal today. Let's get our punting hats on and move on to the next race. 8 on the card, 5 Confederate, 22-10 favourite. Fabian Havens had quite a strong hand throughout the day. 7 Count Invicta is at 22-10. 3 Juries out to 7-1. And you can get 10-1 and better about the balance, Daryl. So going into the final leg of the jackpot, I'd imagine you're gone horses here.
Plenty horses. And there's still a possibility that I can go out. I've only put 7 runners. Very, very tricky. Now, let's start with number 2. Jordan obviously scratched in the big one to line up in this consolation race. Take note, he is being fitted with a set of blinkers. So that interests me. I think he's overpriced. Jury's out. Last time out with the blinkers, he ran on all the way to the line. He goes well. Warhawk Bomber, you have to watch his latest replay. Came into the straight near the back of the field, made a sweeping run, and never let down. He is in with a strong winning chance. Confederate and Count Invicto. Now, Count Invicto is 3 kilograms better off, but Confederate could have easily come on for the gelding. I mean, they were of the opinion that he was in need of that effort. He still won. And although the weights favor Count Invicto, he's a lovely sort, and he could certainly confirm that form despite the reversal in the weights. Then you've got Don't Cry For Me. Didn't come out the best last time out, found himself at the back of the field. Calvin went towards the inside. I don't believe he never got into full stride, Clyde, or ever got into full stride. He was always been hindered on that inside running rail. Penultimate straight up the Vaal. Penultimate start up the Vaal straight, cracking efforts. Second run after rest. He will be thereabouts. Number 8, Don't Cry For Me. And I've even included number 11, Key News. Now he comes into this race under sufferance. But if he is allowed to bowl with 52, he's a lovely sortus. He's not going through the divisions, but I believe he is going to win his races. So he's even gone into my play. I make this race very, very tricky. I think Don't Cry For Me will be thereabouts.
Okay, thanks, Daryl. We got that for you there. Daryl's worked out that double for us. There are a lot of horses here, so it's an open race by those horses at the back. And that's the last double of the day. Let's take a look at the ninth race. It's a handicap over 1,800 meters. Let's have a look at the betting for the last today. And number 5 Dark Silver, 22-10 on Friday morning. 3 Copper Mist is 9-2. Number 4 Diwali Rocket is 9-2. Number 7 One More Star, same price, 9-2. 8-1 about the 8 Guy Alexander, and the 10 Robert Browning, and it's 14-1 and better about the balance. All right, Daryl, this is our last race on the card. I guess in terms of the form lines, that horse Dark Silver, that form line has worked out particularly well, with Baba Vegas coming to have won and together again. I mean, maybe not the best of horses around at the moment, but in the company of Bacchus, must have a chance, or what do you think?
Lovely return last time out. Take note, it was his first run as a gelding, so he's going to strip fitter. Tricky draw to contend with, but Diego knows him extremely well. A little bit of luck in running. But he did form part of my jackpot and my pick 6, my jackpot 2 and my pick 6. Number 2, Professor Snape. Yes, he's getting on with it, but his rating continues to drop. He's now 79. He was doing good work late last time out. He's jumping from Stallgate 1 this time round. I'm hoping he can race closer to the pace. If he does, I believe he's going to finish in the money because of his current rating. He's going to prove very competitive. Very fit now is number 2, Professor Snape. Then you've got the unexposed number 7, One More Star. We saw his form line being franked with the winner of the first race at the Vaal yesterday, Primal Quest, winning from there. He finished more than 7 lengths behind One More Star. I know Pioneer Square never franked the form, but there have been several placings from there. And I thought he won quite nicely with Striker straight on. Striker never got into him. And he was sweating profusely on that day. So if he's calmed down, he can certainly go well in his handicap debut. He's a nice horse and extremely well related, a brother to Mal Moose. I've recommended an each-way bet here on number 10, Robert Browning. I loved his effort last time out. That was over 1,400. In my mind, that's a distance short of his best. That form line is holding up well, with Bus Stop in Hounslow winning from there. That was a very strong open handicap, Clyde. And I think the step up in trip is going to suit him. He's got a low mass to shoulder, 55, drawn 2. And if I believe he's better over this distance, he must go into my play. So each way number 10, Robert Browning. Let's hope he runs a place to get our money back. If he wins, we'll be smiling.
Okay, maybe that's the Christmas gift from Daryl. Robert Browning, 8-1 the win, and around, I think 15-10 a place, Robert Browning. So he is the horse. There are 1 or 2 hard knockers in here, but maybe over this sort of distance and coming off 2 strong form lines, that Robert Browning could be the play. Thanks for watching Betway's Weighted to Win. Trust you had a good Saturday.